Hey guys, I thought I'd talk you through or talk about the baffled oil catch can I bought from Autobahn the other day. It's the SWS brand. Baffled doesn't mean it's confused. It doesn't know what it's doing. Baffled simply means these things here. So you have your dirty brown air full of oil and condensation and fuel, all the excess gases, if you like, that collects in your crankcase. Comes in, goes through these baffles. Hopefully these baffles collect as much of that as possible, and as you can see, it sends out this beautiful pure blue air. I wish, but it certainly does clean the air up significantly, hopefully more than if it went directly from the crankcase into the air intake just before the turbo. So this catch can is available in aluminium or black. I got the black version. Supplied fittings don't require hose clamps. Well, I put the hose clamps anyway, just for what it's worth. It's for either the diesel or petrol version. So I bought it for my Patrol, 2008 3-litre CRD Patrol. It's 500cc capacity. I haven't had a chance to obviously check that out yet because we are under stage 4 lockdown in Victoria here. But aside from that, so this cost me $77 on special at Autobahn. You can see it retail for $119. On top of that, I spent another $55 getting the hose, which is this. I got 2 meters of that, probably a bit too much. I only ended up using about just under a meter. Got also the tank hose fitting, so I needed to get that because what comes in the box didn't fit my hose. So my hose was 15 mils in diameter, so that's the internal diameter. So that's the inside bit, not the outside. So that was 15 mil, so I did buy that. That cost me, what was it, $7.19. All this was on special, by the way. As you can see, there's a bit of a discrepancy between the unit price and the total. And then I got 4 hose clamps for about $10.50. I must say, and I shan't mention names, but the cheapest quote I got to install a catch can, well, buy one and install one, was $600. So let's do the math. Let's say I paid full price. Forget I got it, the fact that I got it on special. I paid $120 for this. I spent $55 with those extra bits. I also bought a bracket, an L bracket from Bunnings, which cost me $3 something. I did have the receipt here somewhere, but it seems to have blown away. And guess how much that was. So I've saved myself a ton of money by buying all of these myself, and by asking the boys at Autobahn, going on YouTube and doing my research. I installed it all myself. So let's have a look at the installation process. So I'm no mechanic, and if I can do it, so can you. That's in my humble opinion. All right, it's day of installation of the, where is it? Of my catch can. So, tools I used: flathead screwdriver, 10 mil wrench, and 2 of them, pliers, long nose pliers, and adjustable grips, because I had to take these plumbing clips off. 3 mil Allen key, electric screwdriver because I'm lazy, drill, cup of coffee, the nut and bolts set I bought from Bunnings because I didn't have any handy, drills, bits, obviously drill. So what are we doing? So what are we replacing? So this is the pipe or hose we're replacing. Hope it's not too sunny. So this is the hose we're replacing into the catch can. So these are the grips we're taking off. And if possible, something more sturdy than a log to stand on. I've got a 2-inch lift kit, so it's a bit difficult for me to to get in here properly. So what we do is undo this. I hit a button on my phone, so that's stop the recording. But so we undo this. There is also this bolt that we undo here, and if you go back in here to the top of the engine, if you can see in there where this goes in, I'll show you that later on. We undo that there. So I have cheated a bit, so I've already taken all that off because this is a PG video, so that's what you take off. What are we replacing it with? So this is the hose I cut to size before from the big roll I got. So that goes in there. See if I can get a better angle of this. Hold on. Hopefully this is a better angle for you. Alright, so what's it hose? So this goes, the hose we cut to size slips on there, like so. And that'll feed under the hose that goes into the intercooler, and this will angle that way, that goes into the catch can. So we take it there, take our electric screwdriver and screw that in. Don't screw it too hard or too tight, because that's not very good. It's only plastic. So we've got that hose now completely firmly in place there. Right, so we've got a hose that feeds into air intake. Goes into the turbo, so that's the air that's going to go from the engine into the air intake. This goes into that there. I must admit I did cheat. I didn't record that bit. I can't publish what I've recorded because this is a PG rated or a G rated video, and we've got everything ready there to go into the catch can. All right, so how do we install the catch can? I don't have a dual battery in my Patrol at the moment, so I have secured the bracket I got from Bunnings onto the side with 3 bolts, which is fine. I think there were 10mm bolts. I've attached the catch can also onto that bracket with 2. It's quite sturdy, so that's not going anywhere. And as you can see, I've just attached it with 3 bolts there. So it's where is it? 1, 2, 3. That's quite sturdy. Now, it's up to you how you want to do it. I've tried this a couple of different ways. To me, I found the easiest to be attaching the catch can already. To have that already in there before putting this in. And I've also tried putting this on first and then screwing this on afterwards. I don't recommend this, what I'm about to do now, because the little screws that go in are quite small and you don't want it falling into there and getting stuck somewhere. Luckily, this is from experience, when I tried to take it out, this actually fell, and thankfully it fell straight through onto the ground below so I could pick it up. But yeah, I highly recommend you having the catch can installed onto the bracket first, then tightening this up, and then actually fitting it on here. Much easier. All right, one sec. All right, so I've managed to put the first screw in. It is very, very fiddly. It's one. Here's the second one. There you go. Once the first one's in, obviously the second one's going to be much easier. Like I said, I recommend attaching this, doing this first, attaching the catch can to the bracket, putting the bracket in, and then connecting the hoses, because that way you can also get the measurements right for your hoses. So that's tightened to be hand tight. I'm not torquing it down or anything. I'm also not making it super tight, and then simply just popping that in. Getting my electric screwdriver. Wait, missed. Oh, hang on, I'll get there eventually. Why is that tightening? Oh, it's not caught there. So push these together. There you go. So what was happening before was that this hadn't got caught to the mechanism yet, or the screw, so it's just turning in one place. There you go. So just have to grip it together. Now, when I put these clamps on the first time, it was really tough to get through, so I had to undo it all the way. There we go. And that is that. That's all done. So it's quite sturdy, as you can see. All right. Just something else you should know. So these bolts, even though they fit through these holes here that are already in the dual battery holder container, it doesn't actually go through the bracket itself. So you'll need to enlarge the hole that's on the bracket, if there is a corresponding hole there. Otherwise you'll just have to drill right through it. So I drilled right through it. The bracket, so this obviously fits through just about right, but I used a 6mm high strength steel twist drill bit. Went right through, and then once the hole was big enough, threaded the washer and nut through. There you go. So the only other thing I need to do now is, once it becomes available at my local Autobahn store, is to add the tap to drain the oil that it's collected. I don't think it's collected anything yet because we are still in lockdown. We've got stage 4 lockdown now here in Victoria. So I haven't had a chance to drive around much, but there you go. And of course, very importantly, once you've finished installing everything, make sure you've got all your tools and there's nothing left in the engine bay. So that is all done, installed. Double check all your connections again, there's no harm. Making sure everything's tight. Where's it gone to? There we are. Make sure all these connections are tight. I've already checked that. Make sure none of these come out. Make sure that's nice and sturdy. And also, if you can, after about, I don't know, 100 kilometers or so, or even 2, just double check to make sure these are still tight. Doesn't hurt to put some thread locker if you've got any handy, but that should do the trick. And finally, make sure you've got all your tools. So everything I used today. Oh, hang on. Missing a... Ah, there it is. See, make sure you've got everything. I'll put it in later. Make sure you've got all your tools accounted for before you close your bonnet. That'll make sure nothing goes clunk, crash, bang, and you suddenly screech to a halt whilst you're driving somewhere. Worst of all, in the bush. That's it. Hope that helps. Chat soon.